for the world's longest time. And finally, I'm gonna do this vid again because like a lot of people really like this video. I first took it down, but you know what? I owe you guys this vid. I owe you guys this vid. So I'm doing it finally now. Yes. I'm actually excited to do this video again. No word of a lie. And this is reasons why WrestleMania 19 drew a low buy rate. A lot of people ask all the time, why did this pay-per-view do such a low buy rate? Some people argue this is the greatest WrestleMania of all time. Some say this is the best WrestleMania card of all time. But unfortunately, the numbers just didn't back up that claim. But I'm going to tell you why this great wrestling card did such a low buy rate. First reason, none of the real big dream matches happened. No Stone Cold versus Hulk Hogan, The Rock versus Shawn Michaels, Goldberg versus The Rock, Vince McMahon versus Eric Bischoff, Stone Cold versus Goldberg. We could have had those matches happen, and we got none of that. None. People for years want to see all these matches, especially Stone Cold versus Hulk Hogan. Goldberg, he could have came WrestleMania 19, would have helped the buy rates, but I'm actually kind of glad. I'm actually kind of glad they waited at Backlash, cause he was kind of rusty. Hasn't wrestled for a while, but damn, picture on this card we got Austin versus Hogan, The Rock versus Shawn Michaels, and Vince McMahon versus Eric Bischoff. That would have drawn no questions asked. Hell, Stone Cold versus Hulk Hogan alone could have did a bigger pay-per-view buy rate than what we actually got. Would The Rock and Shawn Michaels alone have done this pay-per-view a bigger buy rate? I want you guys to tell me that. Do I think? Kind of 50-50 still. Part of me thinks yes. Part of me thinks no. Part of me thinks maybe. So I'm kind of 50-50 on that. So I can't really say. Would Hogan, Vince McMahon versus Eric Bischoff alone in a buy rate and not blow off the match at Raw and have Vince McMahon just choke the shit out of Eric Bischoff, made him look weak? That was a waste. But yeah, none of the big dream matches happened, unfortunately. Second reason, this pay-per-view easily had the least important match of the streak for Undertaker. Never mind that. Undertaker versus Big Show and A-Train. And worse to Nathan Jones is supposed to be his partner. Okay. I guess the better option would have been if you were to have the match Undertaker had at No Way Out, which is pretty good, versus Big Show at WrestleMania. That would have been better. Or Undertaker versus Chris Jericho. That would have been awesome. But it didn't. And worst of all, too, Undertaker's biker gimmick was getting really stale at this point. So, yeah, because look at the past. Okay, 18 versus Flair, 17 versus Triple H, 15 versus Bossman, unfortunately, and 14 versus Kane. And even though the match with Sid sucked, at least you can say he main evented. And the match with Diesel at WrestleMania 12, that match for Diesel and Undertaker at the time standards was fucking awesome. Better than what people expected. And fast forward, and now WrestleMania 19, it's versus A-Train and Big Show. Nah. And the bike game was going to be stale. So, man. Next reason. Brock Lesnar as a babyface was still kind of new to people. He was better as a heel. It was just like, this is pretty nice, but just nowhere near his monster heel run. Like, it was okay. People were liking him, but like he wasn't this mega baby face. Like, he was definitely a mega heel, but this mega baby face, no, it wasn't there. Next reason, Rock versus Austin for a third time. Come on, it was obvious who was gonna win. Like, come on, we didn't really have Stone Cold beat The Rock for a third time. That just wasn't happening. We already seen it twice. WrestleMania 15, the top face versus the top heel. Get no perfect from that. WrestleMania 17, the two top baby faces of the Attitude Era clash, and Austin comes back finally. He was back in late 2000, but like because he missed WrestleMania 2000, so he's finally on WrestleMania again. And they're two of the biggest baby faces of the Attitude Era. So there's two reasons to be excited for this match two times in a row. For the third time, it's like, okay. And worse too, their match at WrestleMania 17 was a 5-star classic, and in many people's top 3 to 5 best matches in WWE history. So, you know, what else are you gonna do? So it's obvious The Rock was gonna win. Like, what was the outcome supposed to be? A DQ. And also, too, you didn't know this was gonna be Austin's last match. So yeah, we already seen it twice. And like, like Austin, he didn't officially retire right after WrestleMania. He was just doing more general manager stuff. He didn't make it clear that, hey, I'm retired. Next reason, the racist shit Triple H said to Booker T. I didn't want to say my true feeling. If I say my true feeling, I feel about this. I'm gonna go on a fucking just such a rageful rant and just lose my shit. Just understand that I've been in looks compared to Booker T majority of my life. My hair's not out right now, but y'all know I have dreads and dark skinned. But yeah, I remember the time I made that video saying if I was a wrestler, I'd probably do a storyline with Booker T being my illegitimate father. I do think that would work way better than the Jason Jordan Kurt Angle storyline. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, the racist shit Triple H said to Booker T. Fuck you, WWE and Triple H, for that stupid ass storyline. Having Booker T get buried. Fuck you. Next reason. There was no match super exciting on this card. No, there wasn't. I was a child in 2003. I was in grade 6 at the time. I wasn't super amped up for none of these matches. I really wasn't. To be honest with you, if you want me to go even further, as a kid, I didn't even care about this pay-per-view. I really didn't. Yeah, great match quality, but like straight up, like as a fan as a kid and as a casual fan too as a kid, match quality is not going to be everything to you like it is now as you're older. It really isn't. So I was excited for none of these matches. To me, this WrestleMania was just there as a kid. Nothing super excited. Which leads me to my next point. What big match excitement was going to follow up to the year before WrestleMania 18, Rock versus Hogan, and the year before that, Stone Cold versus The Rock, the two top baby faces of the Attitude Era. So 2 years before, you had the two top biggest baby faces of the era. The next year, you had a legend versus the top guy. And now, what's to follow up with that? Lesnar versus Angle, Rock versus Austin 3, Hogan versus Vince. That leads to the next point. Hogan versus Vince was getting the most hype. Like, he has a nice little feud. Yeah, it was a little personal. Yeah, this one, Vince did not look like, getting his ass kicked. Like, he actually showed, like, it's more fighting back spirit and whatnot, but still. To make this the most, and worse, dude, they're treating this like the main event, basically. Like, they had this on the big front of the cover, just the build up, the hype to it, just so personal, going back to 1985. The Vince McMahon almost going to jail for the steroid and sexual harassment scandal, whatever trial. Yeah, the sort of the feud was cool and all, but come on, this wasn't gonna compare to fucking Rock versus Hogan, Austin versus The Rock. It just wasn't gonna compare. There is no comparison, really. Next point. The world title match did not feel exciting at all. This match fucking mid-carded, bro. Like, this match literally felt like a mid-card match. It's the first WrestleMania with the WWE title and the world title separate, and the world title is mid-carding the fucking card and feels important not at all. Like, it was just there. It was just like a spot on the card. That's all it was. First WrestleMania and the world title already feels like a mid-card match. That is bad. Last reason, wrestling in 2003, it was really cooling down. It was starting to cool down compared to 2001 and 2002 in the post-Attitude Era. A lot of people, I actually remember during this time period, some people already stopped watching wrestling. Some people already grew out of it. Like, I remember just the wrestling fandom just slowly died off. Not like where it is now, but just very, 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 very slowly just declining. And then even when you compare it to what's going on with the shows, whatever, Raw was kind of garbage for the most part. It wasn't very good. SmackDown was awesome. Yes, it was. Raw just Triple H's reign of terror. RVD not getting a push. Who knows? Speaking of RVD, that may be a little reason because okay, if you're gonna have Booker T lose the way he did, oh my god, it's pissing me off. Lose the way he did. Why not just have RVD versus Triple H and let RVD get the title when he deserves? Like, that would have been a little better. I'm not saying RVD versus Triple H would have gave us a higher buy rates, but it would have been a little better than what we got instead of Booker T getting buried. Who knows? Maybe how Triple H and his golden shovel was back then. He probably would have buried RVD again too. So I don't know. Just Triple H meant to lose this night, and he did it. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Wrestling in 2003, it's really starting to cool off. People are slowly like not being fans of it anymore. Triple H's reign of terror, Booker T losing when he did, and then later on Goldberg was losing when he did. Scott Steiner came in, he just looked god awful, like he just beyond a shell of himself, like the drop foot syndrome, the back problems. Scott looked horrible, like just after that match at Royal Rumble, his WWE career went down. It's like just yeah, wrestling just wasn't hot like it was before. It really wasn't. Like 2002, though it really should have been better, and a lot of people were not at their peaks like they once were. It still felt a little more exciting in comparison, but yeah, man, just this WrestleMania was kind of just They're for me. So yeah, you know, those are my reasons for why WrestleMania 19 is such a low buy rate. Who knows? Maybe I might do a rebooking of a more drawable WrestleMania. You know what? No. Matter of fact, as a matter of fact, give you a quick redrawable WrestleMania right now. It doesn't take that long, honestly. Okay, so let me do a more drawable rebooking of WrestleMania 19. P.S. I'm going to leave Goldberg off here. I feel like I'm slightly cheating, though he was originally planning to beat The Rock at WrestleMania 19, but I'm going to make a more drawable card with no Goldberg on it, just to go with what we actually had instead of what we actually had, if you get what I mean. Matt Hardy versus Rey Mysterio, keep. Undertaker versus Chris Jericho. Team Angle versus Los Guerrero, keep. Oh yeah, back to the whole Undertaker versus Chris Jericho. I do think that elevated Jericho. And the whole shaking hands and then kicking Shawn in the balls. I think that could have worked too. Next match, the women's title triple threat match, Trish Stratus versus Victoria versus Jazz. I'd keep that match. Kind of upset that they didn't do it last year, but oh well, they made up for their mistake. Keep Booker T versus Triple H, but Booker T goes over. Or if you want to do RVD versus Triple H, I wouldn't knock you either and have RVD go over. Next match, The Rock versus Shawn Michaels. I really wish it happened at WrestleMania 19. I really did. Because for me, I felt this was the most perfect to do it. Babyface Shawn Michaels versus Hollywood heel Rock, and The Rock just hold nothing back and say his true opinions on Shawn Michaels and stuff. And I feel that the dynamic would have worked more like just the heel Rock versus Babyface Shawn Michaels set up, Babyface versus Babyface. Like, I feel The Rock versus Shawn Michaels is more perfect for when one is a heel and one is a babyface. I feel that would be the best way to do this feud and match. Babyface would be great, but heel versus face, no matter who's a babyface, no matter who's a heel, would be better. Except Shawn be the face, Rock be the heel, because this was Hollywood Rock at the time. Next up, Vince McMahon versus Eric Bischoff in a street fight. Yes, I think this would have been perfect to do that match. I think, and not blow off the match at Raw and have Vince choke the shit out of him. This would have been perfect for WrestleMania. I think more people would have been hyped for this match. Worse too, it was kind of like they were planting a seed when Vince threatened to fire Eric Bischoff. What's it called? And Vince trying to make Eric Bischoff kiss his ass, and Bischoff said, "I'm sorry, I have kids. I cannot do this." And Vince made Bischoff fight Stone Cold on the way out. So the seeds were already planted, so they could have continued. Keep Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle, and the main event, Stone Cold versus Hulk Hogan. This for sure would have drew a way better buy rate with these three big matches, especially Rock versus Michaels, Bischoff versus Vince, and Austin versus Hogan. That would have been awesome. But yeah, those are my reasons for why WrestleMania 19 drew a low buy rate. Give me your feedback. Leave me some comments. I want to know what you guys think. Tell me what you agree with. Tell me what you disagree with. Tell me, like, do you think the buy rate would be different with some of these matches? What are some matches you would have wanted to see on this card. And you tell me some of your opinions on this show. And that is it for now. I plan to come back for the video tomorrow. I don't know. I do really plan to keep on making videos like at least every day. Seriously, like I fucking miss making YouTube videos for over a year and a half. Like it just bugged the shit out of me. That like, you know, I really felt I was slowly building momentum and I got fucked up. But oh well, I'm here now. So I'm gonna try and make videos every day. So peace out. Give me your feedback and likes and subscriptions.